Good morning, friend. Good morning, friend. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday, October 26th, which means, does this make it Halloween weekend since before Halloween? Because I guess the next weekend it'll be November. So I guess this is Halloween weekend. I'm not doing anything Halloween related in this video, so sorry. But I am doing some November prep in this video because we are nearing the end of 2024. There's 2 months left. And there's still goals that I want to complete before the end of the year. And while I've definitely achieved one of my greatest goals by far, hello graduation, I've been able to finally set new goals. And so I really want to finish the ones that I have set for myself for quarter 4 and find time to really prepare for the new ones I've set for myself in 2025. And one of my goals is finishing 3 books by the end of the year. And I'm actually almost done with my second read so far. I used to read a lot for fun, and I've spent a lot of time in grad school reading because I had to, and as a scientist I do a lot of reading because I have to, but I also really enjoy reading fantasy and fiction and dystopian and all of those kind of things. So I want to finish this book today. I literally have maybe 10 chapters left and I really want to finish it and start book number 3. So that's the primary goal for this video, or at least for today for me, is to finish this book and start the next one. And also, I think I'll also just share my winter TBR, all the books I've bought in the last couple of weeks to last me through the next few months. Good morning. It's technically, yeah, it's the morning. It's 11:52 in the morning. So I'm about to go get me some food. I was gonna make breakfast, but then I was watching Halle Bailey's Snapchat and she was eating Chipotle. And I was like, damn, that looked good as fuck. I really want that for myself. But I'm doing so well in my body progress. I'm like, that can't be aligned with your goals, can it? So I've been like brainstorming other options where I want to eat, and I've decided I want kava. Healthier-ish version of Chipotle. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get some kava, read my book, and then it's also Saturday, which is abs and cardio day for me. I've split up my workout split, which I talked about in a previous video. But yeah, Saturdays are for long walks and abs. So I also have to do a 1-hour walk probably after I eat, and then ab circuit, or I guess it's not a circuit because I don't do them back to back, but an ab workout that I also need to do, which is why I'm wearing half gym clothes, half presentable clothing. So that's today's to do. I just need to pack up my bag and I can go. Headphones, book 1. Should I go ahead and bring the other book with me? So this is the book I'm finishing. I'm finishing Scythe book 2, Thunderhead. I am so very close to being done, like so very close. I didn't really read this past week because I had a presentation at work, and that was my primary focus. And I just knew I wanted to read this on the weekend because I was like, I'm almost done. I want to read it all through. So this is what we're finishing. And then I want to read book number 3. Do I think I'll finish this while I'm eating? Should I bring the other book with me to read on my walk? I don't know. But okay, so I have my book. I need my wallet. This is my go-to girl. She's still a tote, but she is a bit more like confined. Like she's not all loosey-goosey. So things can't have too much free will inside here. All right. I think I should grab the other book, right? Because then what if I have to come home? I'm gonna grab the other book. Or should I just go ahead and do my current TBR? That'll take so long to do before eating. We'll do it when I return. This is book 3, and oh my gosh, literally like, it's so thick. She's so thick. Time to decide what cover we want for her, or what bookmark we want for her. Let's see if she'll stay standing for me. So I bought these like heart-shaped bookmarks for my book, and they come in different colors. The first book was red, so I used red in that one. And the other one already has the bookmark. So what color should this one be? What do we got? We got dark green. Does that go with this? Maybe. That's a maybe. We got black. Not really. And we have white. Also not really. Okay. What else do we got? We got light blue. Definitely not. Pink. No. Browns? No, neither of those. So either the green one or maybe the one that I'm already using is good enough. Let's see. So this one is turquoise. I don't know, I don't think turquoise goes with this one either, so I guess the green is the closest we'll get. I wish I had a purple. I don't have a purple. So yeah, we'll go with the green. And you literally just open it, and I'm just gonna put it somewhere random so that it's in here. Bookmark already ready. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Very excited for this cover. Oh my God. Let's put these back up so that I don't lose them. Let me double check. Yeah. Okay. Let's go eat.
I'm at the top of my game. I'm who they hate. This shit come with the fame. That's how I knew that I made it. I come around me trying to pass out drugs. Oh, I ain't popping no Teslas. I don't wanna take no pictures. I don't get along with these L's. Self-made, asexual, and I'm always on point like a decimal. Irritating these bitches like Eskimo.
Bruh, this 2 is so good. This 2, Megan Act 2, 8. Like, I'm actually still growing to love some songs on this one. Like, I just got the hype for Spin and Accent and the UGK song. I didn't like those at first, but now all of a sudden I do. And then this one comes out. Like, Megan in the video, the Flo Milli song. I don't know if y'all know, but I've been down for Flo Milli for forever. Okay, like since day one, since the viral TikTok. Like, that's my girl. Sing her win and collab with my girl. Are you kidding me? That's for me. That's for me. It's for me. No one else. It was made for me. So it was here. Come on, bitch. Like, are you kidding? Things are healing in the world, and Megan deserves everything. I'm a little parasocial about her, where I know that we real good friends because I love her.
And they thinking it's raining. Never thought I would do it this big. I'm the youngest bitch owning a masters. Bitches all the fuck stuck in a deal.
I have no idea how well you can hear me above the music that's playing. So I've read about 4 chapters so far. I talked about in my previous video how I'm doing things to help my blood sugar. So I've been trying to go on little walks after finishing my food. So I think I'm gonna walk and read. I feel like Froyo would be a good treat for me. So I'm gonna walk to a Froyo place, and I see that there's a Minchie's that's a 20-minute walk away, and then I have to walk 20 minutes back. I love being grown and doing what I want. So that's perfect for what I'm looking for. And I'm excited to just finish this book because we've reached the climax. Like, a bunch of things have gone down, and it's like a competition happening right now. It's like good guy versus bad guy, and I don't know who's gonna win, good guy or bad guy. Of course you know who I'm rooting for, but it sounds like the bad guy has a backup plan. So I've made it back to my car and I finished the book. It was so good. It was so good. And of course I have questions. We have a big cliffhanger, like what the fuck's gonna happen next? What's the fallout of this? How are we gonna, like, I don't want to give a spoiler, so I'm trying not to, but like, based on what happened, it wasn't great, but it wasn't totally bad. So like, we just need to keep moving forward. So I'm excited to read the next book. But I feel like I should go ahead and go to the gym before I lose the motivation to. Like, while I have the energy from the food I just ate still, I got a good 5,000 steps from walking while reading, but still gotta go do my ab workout and maybe walk around in the inside of the place because I do have the third book with me. So let's go to the gym. I really had to push through that workout to get it done, but I did. I still want to do about 20 more minutes of walking, but I think I'm gonna do that after I eat me something else because I feel like now's the time where I should pause for a second. And I figured I'd go ahead and give you my TBR for the winter. I mean, I bought a lot of books. It feels like I'm staring at a big stack. I feel like, could I read all of this considering my job in the next 6 months? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Oh my god, I can't even pick it up without dropping some. Okay, so these are all the books I've recently purchased for my winter TBR. I am very, very excited about this. If you've seen my apartment, you know I already own quite a lot of books and I've not read all of them, obviously. I've been so excited to get back into reading, so that's why I got all these books that I actually want to read on hand so that it's something I can easily lean into. I grew up reading. My mother is a very, very big reader, and for the things that were age appropriate, she would like lend down to me for me to read, and that is just kind of how it got started for me. And my big reading era started in probably like middle school, when all of the ones that turned into movies came out, like Hunger Games and Divergent and Twilight and all of those kind of movies. Like I read those books back in that day. And let me see, I've always used Google Play Books ever since probably like high school to read my books, so I have a lot of mine in here. So I've read the Divergent series, I've read Karen Marie Moning's Fever series, I've read Kim Harrison's The Hollow series a long time ago. I've read the Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi. I've read the Legend Champion trilogy. Like I've read a lot of dystopian type books, and I also really do enjoy fantasy. So I went through my playbooks and I actually see like on my homepage, on my playbooks based on my history, it has like continue your series, more like this book, more like this book. And I went through these and found a bunch of suggestions. And that is how I got this list of books. Literally how I got this list of books. And then I downloaded, what's it called, Goodreads, so that I could put them all in my want to read list. So now that I have done that, but I've literally never used Goodreads before this time, and I've always been a reader. But yeah, I stopped reading in grad school because grad school. And while postdoc is definitely still difficult, I do have a bit more time, like, or at least how I spend my time is up to me. Like my tasks are high pressure, time sensitive, but depending on how well I use my time will determine how much time I have to read. So that's kind of what's going on. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna start with my literal to be read right now. I read Scythe back in my first year of undergrad, or I feel like first year of grad school. It was like 2018, 2019 maybe. One of those years I read this book, but then it was really good and I wanted to read the rest, but I never did. And then in grad school I bought them as ebooks, but I still never read them. So when I wanted to get back into reading, this was the first book I thought of, and I was like, I finally want to finish that series. And even though I have the ebooks, there's just something different about owning them, holding them in your hand. It's such a different, all attention required experience, you know. Like I really enjoy it. So this book is really good. I don't really know if I can subscribe to the whole star system because it seems so unfairly weighted. Like everything that's not 4 is bad, basically. So I guess I'm gonna rate literally everything I actually finished to 4. So this is great. And then I read that at the beginning of October. I just finished this book today, so I can take out my bookmark. Fucking 5, like a lot of edge of your seat, like what's going on, oh my god. The last 50 pages, my mouth kept dropping. I was like, they painted this picture so well. oh my gosh, I can feel what's happening. And then the way it ended, like, come on now, you can't leave me like that. I have to read the next one. I have to read the next one. So that's what's next. This is what I'm about to read literally today. I'm not gonna finish it today because I have to also edit and eat and all that, but I'm gonna start it at least before we say goodbye. So this is my very first to be read. So this is the Scythe series by Neil Shusterman. Really hope I'm pronouncing that right. So it's 3 books. And in this world, all of our problems are solved. We don't die anymore. We don't get diseased. Like, if you have a fatal accident, you can be revived. And so death is cured. And to stop overpopulation from like an ever-growing population that literally never dies and just can create more and more people, some people still have to be killed. And so there are people appointed to do that because basically AI saved the world, but AI cannot decide who kills people. People have to decide who kills people. So those are called the Scythes, and they have like the most feared but most respected job because they keep humanity going by making sure that there's a certain amount of people alive. And we get to see inside this world through the eyes of the Scythe people, but we see it through apprentices, so people who don't want this job but are trained up for this job. And then we have to see the politics of what being a killer, like a sanctioned killer, basically means in this world, and then how there are some good ones and some bad ones, and then how there's conflict in between those, and the drama of the AI person and like all the other relationships. There are also like many people that are kind of relevant to the plot line, like, but it's all really about the Scythedom, about how if the bad guys take over, then they'll be killing people for fun. But the good guys hold to the rule of like, we're just trying to keep humanity alive. This is honorable. We sacrifice everything to do this job. And then there are others that are like, no, killing is like fun. Like everybody else loves their job and our job is to kill. Why can't we love our job? And those are the 2 sides. And depending on who wins will determine the fate of a lot of things. And so we got a kind of glimpse into who won in this book. But then there were like multiple choice. And so now I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen? So that's what's happening here. I hope that was spoiler free. But yes, this is my first to be read. It's called The Toll, book number 3 of the Scythe series by Neil Shusterman. And I'm a series girl. I don't know if you know that about me. Like, I love, like I said, fantasy, dystopian, mystery, sci-fi. I don't know if I've read much sci-fi, but yeah, I don't like romance. I don't like self-help. I don't like historical, none of those things. But give me some witches, give me some mystery, some magical powers, some crazy stuff, some dark academic stuff. Like, I understand a lot of books include romance anyway, but I don't want that to be the whole story. Like, that's not really my vibe. So yeah, let's go through the rest. My mom and my brother are reading this series apparently. Me and my mom normally read the Kim Harrison series together, but this year we were off communication, and so she started reading this series with my brother, and I was like, hello, y'all are gonna leave me out? My brother's apparently on like book 6 of the series, my mother's on like book 3, and they said it's very good, so I bought it. And it's called Stormfront. It's a novel of the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. So this is about a man named Harry Dresden. He's the best at what he does, or he's the only at what he does. When the Chicago PD have a case that transcends mortal creativity or capability, they come to him for answers. For the everyday world is actually full of strange and magical things, and most of them don't play well with humans. That's where Harry comes in. Takes a wizard to catch a, well, whatever. There's just one problem. So when the police bring him in to consult on a double murder committed with black magic, he sees dollar signs. But when there's black magic, there's a black mage behind it. So, good guys, bad guys, wizards, witches, mystery, hello, sounds amazing. So this is on my TBR, and if I like it, I'm gonna read the series. Like I said, I read all those trilogies growing up. I really wouldn't read a book if it wasn't a part of a trilogy. I'm only just now getting out of that, really, but kind of not really. Like, if you want me to read something, please tell me it has more than one. Like, please. Otherwise, why would you torture me in such a way? Okay. And then we have the Midnight Library This is about a girl named Nora whose life has suddenly gotten much worser. She has gone to the Midnight Library, where each book contains an alternate life, a possible world in which she made different choices. She's given what seems like the ultimate opportunity, a chance to undo her regrets and try out each of the other lives she might have lived. But things aren't always what she thought they'd be, and soon her choices place the library and herself in extreme danger. This gives me Everything Everywhere All at Once vibes. I don't know if it was written around the same time or not, but that's what I think of. But like inside books, come on, that sounds so cool. So I'm excited to read this, and it's by Matt Haig, The Midnight Library. Then we have Dead Man's Hand by James Butcher. This is also a part of a series, The Unorthodox Chronicles. It's non-stop action and is character-driven urban fantasy that is both laugh out loud and terrifying, sometimes at the same time. Okay, there's a world divided into the usuals and the unorthodox, and in the Department of Unorthodox Affairs, the auditors are the magical elite, the government-sanctioned witches with spells at their command and all the power and prestige that come with it. After flunking out of the auditor training program and being dismissed as a not department material, Grimsby tried to resign himself to a life as a mediocre witch, but he can't help hoping he'll get another chance to prove his skill. That opportunity comes with a price when his former mentor, aka the most dangerous witch alive, is murdered, and he's their #1 suspect. Like what? What? Mystery, magic, up my alley. Excited to read that. We have The End of Mr. Y. This reminds me of a show I just watched called A Discovery of Witches. It wasn't that good, but I feel like if I read the series I'd like it more, but I just did not understand the attraction that apparently built between them in one episode, and then was like the foundation of the whole love story. I was just like, they're really in love like that? I did not get that vibe from one episode. Like, there needed to be more, but whatever. So this one says, if you knew this book was cursed, would you read it? When Ariel Monto uncovers a copy of The End of Mr. Y in a secondhand bookstore, she can't believe her eyes. Copies are exceedingly rare, and everyone who has ever read it, including its author, Victorian scientist Thomas Loomis, has disappeared. She can't resist the promise in the book's history and its pages, so she steps into a thrilling adventure of time, space, love, death, and everything in between. Sounds good as fuck. Decently sized, beautiful cover. Yes. We have Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. The cover sold me. Like this, I'm sure the back also sold me. I think this one reminds me of The Magicians. I think that's this one, where it's about Alex Stern is the most unlikely member of his Yale's freshman class, raised in Los Angeles to a hippie mom. He dropped out of school early. Okay, or is it a she? It's a she. By age 20, she's the sole survivor of a horrific, unsolved multiple homicide. But at her hospital bedside, she's offered a second chance to attend the world's most prestigious university on a full ride. But of course, there they have forbidden magic. They raise the dead. Sometimes they prey on the living. That's so interesting. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, are you getting the vibes? Like, I love a good mystery and magical based story, okay? This one is a recommendation by a colleague, so I thought I'd at least put it on the list. It's called This Is How You Lose the Time War by Max Gladstone. This is apparently about like two people who are in a war of some kind, but maybe at different time and space, are writing letters to each other, trying to communicate something. And I've actually seen and read some reviews of this, and it seems to be mixed, but it was recommended to me, so I figured I'd give it a shot, at least for the camaraderie of it all, at the very least. And then, this one just sounded so interesting. This was on my Playbooks recommendations list. It's called Listen for the Lie by Amy Chintera. This one reminds me of that show, Only Murders in the Building. I've never seen it, but when I read this blurb, I thought about that show. So it's about, like, where is the blurb? Lucy and Savvy were the golden girls of their small Texas town. Pretty, smart, and enviable. Lucy married a dream guy with a big ring and an even bigger new home. Savvy was a social butterfly, loved by all, and if you believe the rumors, especially popular with the men in town. But after Lucy is found wandering the streets covered in her best friend Savvy's blood, everyone thinks she's a murderer. So Lucy is the... Okay. Dream life. Okay. It's been years since that horrible night. A night Lucy can't remember anything about, and she has since moved to LA and started a new life. But now, the phenomenally huge hit true crime podcast, Listen for the Lie, and its two good-looking hosts, Ben Owens, have decided to investigate Savvy's murder for the show's second season. Lucy is forced to return to the place she vowed never to set foot in again to solve her friend's murder, even if she is the one who did it. The truth is out there. If we just listen. Bitch, wait. Did you kill your best friend or not? That's the question. Why don't you remember? Was it that fucked up? Or are you innocent? We won't know until we know. That's my jam. And then we have the 7-year slip. Now listen, I said I don't do romance. However, I was in the Barnes & Noble, you know, looking around and shit, reading blurbs as one does. Sees a cute cover, picks it up as one does. And it sounded so cute. Apparently, there's this girl who is, you know, fuck love, whatever. I'm just gonna do my own thing. And then she moves into her late aunt's apartment and finds a strange man standing in the kitchen. And she's the type of man she feels like she could fall for. Except he exists in the past. 7 years in the past, to be exact. And she lives 7 years in his future. Her aunt said this apartment is like a stitch in time, where the moments blend together. So she fears they might be like 7 years too late. Like, will they ever meet up in future times? Why is it always like, what's going on? What happens? That sounds so cute, and it really reminds me of Time Traveler's Wife in some kind of way. So interested in that as well. So I'm very excited about all of these. Like, as soon as I finish one, I know exactly what I want to pick up next, and I have it easily available. And I'm just excited. I want to read at least one fiction book per month for the next 14 months. Like for 2025, I want to read at least one book a month, and then that includes this year, so at least 2 more books. So I'm well on my way, and I'm very excited about it. I was also going to go ahead and set up my bullet journal for November in this video, because next week is the final week of October / first week of November, and I was going to do it all in the November spreads, but honestly I just want to read this book, at least to see, like, is he going to address the cliffhanger right away? Probably not, right? So I just want to see like where we are. Maybe get like the first 10 chapters in today, and I still need to edit tonight, so I'm definitely not going to be able to do my spreads. So I'm gonna make me my protein smoothie, and we're going to read, and then we'll just have to reconvene next week, because I am still doing weekly vlogs, so you'll see me soon. Let's make me something to eat. So I think the books also just look really cute. Like, what I'm curious about is, I feel like each of the covers has been some kind of hint to the main characters, you know? In the first book, there's only one person on the cover, and I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Scythe Faraday. I'm assuming that's who that is. And then on this one, these are our 2 main characters, Scythe Anastasia, Scythe Anastasia, and Scythe Lucifer. So those are these 2. So that makes me wonder then, this robe has gems on it, this one doesn't, and this one is like a person but not a person in a purple robe. Who is that? Who are they? Who is this? Who are the main sides in this book, and why? And why is it so big? What the fuck happens? I'm very curious. Let me make something to eat. How we open it. actually going to end the video here while I am reading. I appreciate you spending the day with me. I think I'll spend the night by myself, but I will definitely be seeing you soon, and I hope I see you there in my next video. Bye, friend.